Imagine you're walking down a busy street when someone suddenly collapses. You freeze for a moment, expecting someone else to rush forward. But no one does. Everyone looks around, waiting, assuming that someone else will act. This strange human behavior is known as the bystander effect, a powerful psychological phenomenon that explains why people often fail to help in emergencies when others are present. It's not about being heartless or uncaring. It's about how our brains behave in social situations. The term bystander effect was first popularized after a tragic event in 1964 when a young woman named Kitty Genovese was murdered in New York City. Reports claim that dozens of witnesses heard her screams, yet no one intervened or called the police until it was too late. Although the story was exaggerated in the media, it sparked deep research into why people stay passive during crises. Psychologists Bibb Latané and John Darley conducted groundbreaking experiments in the late 1960s to understand this behavior. They discovered something fascinating. When people are alone, they are far more likely to help someone in need. But when others are present, responsibility becomes diffused. Each person assumes someone else will take action, so no one does. This is called diffusion of responsibility, and it's at the core of the bystander effect. Another key factor is social influence. In uncertain situations, we tend to look to others for cues on how to behave. If everyone around us is calm or indifferent, we subconsciously interpret the situation as non-urgent. This herd mentality can be dangerous because it paralyzes collective action. People often convince themselves that if no one else is reacting, maybe it's not as serious as it seems. Then there's the fear of judgment. No one wants to look foolish or overreact. The thought of stepping forward, being wrong, or becoming the center of attention can trigger anxiety, causing hesitation. We ask ourselves, what if they don't actually need help? What if I make things worse? That hesitation, even for a few seconds, can make all the difference in an emergency. Interestingly, the bystander effect doesn't just happen in physical emergencies, it extends to online behavior too. When people witness cyberbullying, harassment, or distress posts on social media, they often scroll past, assuming others will step in or report it. This digital version of the bystander effect shows how modern life hasn't changed our psychology, it's just moved it to new spaces. However, not everyone falls into this trap. Research shows that people who feel a strong sense of empathy, moral duty, or personal responsibility are more likely to act. When someone takes the first step, calling for help or confronting the issue, it often breaks the spell and others quickly follow. This is known as the domino effect of courage. One person's action inspires others to do the same. Overcoming the bystander effect begins with awareness. Realizing that your hesitation is natural but dangerous is the first step. The next is to make responsibility personal. Instead of waiting for someone else, decide that you are the one to act. Even a small gesture, calling emergency services, checking if someone's okay, or asking for help from others, can save lives. Another useful strategy is to delegate responsibility. Point directly to someone and say, "You call 999," or "You help me lift them." When instructions are clear and personal, people are far more likely to respond. Courage in these moments isn't about fearlessness. It's about choosing action despite uncertainty. Remember, every hero started as an ordinary bystander who decided to step forward. The next time you witness someone in need, silence the voice that says, "It's not my problem." Because if everyone thinks that way, no one helps. But if one person decides to care, that decision can change everything. The bystander effect teaches us that collective inaction is often just a reflection of shared uncertainty, not lack of empathy. By choosing to act, you not only help someone else, you break the psychological chain that keeps others frozen too. In the end, humanity moves forward not because of the majority who watch, but because of the few who step in. Be that few. Be the one who helps. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed exploring the psychology behind human behavior, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell to discover more insights into how the human mind truly works.